Hi there. My name is Adam, and today we'll be examining the strengths, difficulties, and important ethical questions that Yash Guattari, a duty ethicist, asks of himself every day. We'll be going through his life, seeing what he goes through, the decisions he makes, and how oftentimes there is no easy ethical answer. So Yash, thank you for taking time to let us chronologue your life here. So if you can just put it in your own words, what is exactly duty ethics?
That's an interesting question, Adam. Well, I feel that duty ethics is pretty self-explanatory in that my decisions are based on my duties, my obligations. What is my duty? So take the example, I'm a member of the volleyball team. It is my duty to show up for practice today at 3 o'clock. And this is Immanuel Kant, the founder of duty ethics, or the guru of duty ethics, explains that it is defined by reason, not so much by feeling, but there's a logical system to the way we think and the decisions we make.
Oh crap, I can't believe it. Yash faces an ethical dilemma. He has 65 seconds till class begins. He can either take the elevator and break the rule, make the exception, called special pleading, reason his way to be that exception to the rule, or he can follow duty ethics to the letter of the law and take the stairs. Let's watch what he does.
Yash, you have to help me with this project.
Dude, Amika, please! I need to crack the SAT!
Can't you just think about it?
Please!
Ambika has asked Yash to think about it. Now we will see the mind of a duty ethicist at work right now. Let's watch.
What do I do? Do I have a duty to do well on the SAT? Or do I have a duty to help my partner, Ambika? Well, do as you would as you want to on others. The golden rule. Fine, Ambika. I'll help you.
Okay, good. So here's what we have to do.
So Yash, that was a very interesting moment we just witnessed. Could you convey some sort of advice to aspiring duty ethicists? What do they try to do in their minds to make the right ethical choice?
I'm glad you brought that point up, Adam. Actually, Immanuel Kant had this theory called the veil of ignorance for all duty ethicists. And what it is I put myself in someone's shoes and see it from their angle and accordingly make the right decision. So, as with the case with Ambika, I put on her shoes and I thought, Ambika really needs her partner to help her work. And so I put myself in her shoes and I realized that it is my duty to help her. And I have to do as you would to do to others.
Arjun, don't be such a nerd!
Stop being so mean!
Hey!
Yash faces a dilemma once again. He has just scolded his girlfriend, Ambika. The consequences for him could be bad if he treats his girlfriend in that manner, but what was his motive for the decision? Not the consequences, but his motive was to help out a guy who seemed to be treated badly. That's what his motive was. Let's see the scene play out.
Hey Ambika, get out of here! How can you say that to him? Have some, decency.
Yash, that's it. We're done.
So Yash, from this conversion to duty ethicism, what do you think is one of your bigger learnings, just as on a general outlook on life, sort of?
You know, Adam, one of the things that I've learned in duty ethics is this value of human dignity. So take, for example, one instance, I have a laptop, and my friend takes my laptop and he breaks it. And what he does is he buys me a brand new laptop with all the same components, everything's the same. I mean, I won't feel as bad about it. It's just an object. It's replaceable. And now take another instance. I'm on my deathbed. Yeah, sad stuff. I'm on my deathbed, and my parents come up to me and they're like, "Don't worry. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna clone you, and it's gonna be like the same exact person like you were before. And don't worry." But in this instance, I won't feel like how I did with my laptop. And that, I think, is something we learn in duty ethics. It's this concept of human dignity, and that human dignity is irreplaceable, and the normal rules do not apply to humans and other beings that have this dignity.
Where's the money at?
Blue room. It's in my house, bottom left drawer in the blue room.
Really?
Yeah.
Where's your house?
92 Lockwood Place in New Jersey.
Okay. Yeah. See?
Now, as a duty ethicist, Yash cannot, there is no gray area, there is only black and white. A duty ethicist cannot lie, irrespective of context. In this context, would it have been the wisest decision to let a guy know where he lives, the real place where he lives, and where his money is at in that house? Those are the sort of things that duty ethics simply doesn't have an answer for. Oh my God! There's a terrorist in the building! Guys, let's go! Yash has a few duties here that conflict. He is not allowed to talk loudly in the library. He has to follow that rule. He cannot run in the library. He has to follow that rule. But you have the context of a terrorist attack happening in the building. How can he sufficiently warn people of that sort of catastrophe? How can he escape to safety along with his peers? Duty ethics simply cannot rank these sort of duties and obligations and does not acknowledge context because things don't change over situation. It's absolutes. So Yash, those were two pretty intense situations you just undertook, right? You got robbed and then you tried to save the school. But because of the context and your duty as a moral ethicist, as a duty ethicist, you could not do the best job that you could, now could you?
Yeah, Adam, I understand that. It's just, it's just one of those things. Everything has its pros and cons. And it's just one of those pitfalls of duty ethics in that there's no real hierarchy of my duties. So I decide that I have to walk even though I have to stop the bomb. And as well as telling my address to the robber, it's one of those things where it's my obligation to tell the truth.
Okay. So now you have gotten special insight into the life of a duty ethicist. Some major strengths out there. Abide by the rules. I think in many ways we'd be in a lot more peaceful society with duty ethicists. But duty ethics simply doesn't acknowledge context most of the time. You cannot rank your different duties. You bring out moral coldness. So, as with all rules and systems, there are strengths and pitfalls. Duty ethics is no exception. I'm Adam Karkiwala, and thank you for tuning in.